What's up, y'all? You're watching Union Minded. I'm your host, Eric, and today I am going to recap day one of the EWMC conference. We done got past our travel day, and while yesterday was the Renew conference, I'm too old to go to the Renew conference because I'm over 35, so I'm not allowed to be in those rooms with those spaces with those young folks. And so today was the kickoff for the EWMC National Leadership Conference, our 50th anniversary as an organization. And I gotta say, it was a wonderful, wonderful day. So, how did it begin? Well, it started with a nice little continental breakfast where we went down and had little pastries, bagels, and stuff of that nature, and some coffee. And we went into the big assembly room and we were waiting because the way we launched these conferences and the way it's done, the day of service is the first thing because you always got to give back. You always got to give back before anything else. It's time to give back. And so that's how the EWMC launches their conference. And so today was the day of service, and that's how we began our day. And we went out into a community in Atlanta where we were, basically cleaning up a community. And it's not that's the task that my group was in, but there were electricians from all over the country doing work all over Atlanta that was community service related, whether it was painting, whether it was minor electrical work to fix some lights, whether it was cleaning up a warehouse, whatever it was, there was about 7, 8 different tasks that were taken on. And for our group of 30 or so, we went and cleaned up a neighborhood, walked the neighborhood with some trash bags and just cleaned it up, just get some of that trash out of there and make sure that we beautify it. And the community was very happy to see us there doing the work, and we were more than thrilled to be a part of that. After we got back from doing community outreach and community service, there was a buffet lunch that we had, and it was a good meal. Had a little meatloaf, a little chicken, a little mac and cheese, some string beans, some sweet iced tea. Nice Southern meal. It was wonderful, very good, very delicious. Was very fortunate to have that meal. Then we started our actual plenary session where we launched the conference, and we heard from some very good speakers. They raised awareness of some very important things that have to take place in 2024. They also, we had speakers that were honoring the EWMC for 50 years of inclusion, of equity, of diversity, of fighting for social justice and economic justice. And that's what this organization has been all about. It's one of the things that makes me so proud to be an EWMC member. And so I'm always very, very, very thrilled to be a part of this organization. And the plenary session just it just reinforces that belief that I'm in the right place doing good work, doing the work that we need done. And the EWMC, for those of you who don't know my view, the EWMC is the heartbeat. It's the heartbeat of the IBEW. It's the organization that does so much for the IBEW's image, for the IBEW to be considered a really, really great organization. Inclusion is needed. And it's the EWMC that has led the charge for inclusion, and that's including everybody. I know that some people get um, kind of a little bit timid when they hear it's the Electrical Workers Minority Coalition. But one thing I want you guys to remember is that if you are a union worker, it doesn't matter what color your skin is, you are a minority in this country. If you are a union worker, you are part of less than 10% of the working public. So you are a minority, whether you are a blonde hair, blue eyed, white man, Protestant, or whether you are black, Spanish, Asian, it doesn't matter. You're a minority if you're a union electrician or if you're a union member. And so we should embrace um, that label and take it on as our own because we're trying to become the majority. We're trying to increase our numbers. We're trying to organize folks into unions. And right now we have such a great opportunity with over 70% public approval rating of unions, and especially with young people. And so that was one of the messages that we were getting was how important it is for us to organize and organize and organize every person who is spinning wire nuts and turning wrenches, doing electrical work in this country, um, particularly in minority communities, because those are the communities that get exploited the most by the non-union sector. And so, if we want to continue to grow our numbers and weaken the non-union section so that we have more union work, we need to focus our aim at organizing those communities, because that's going to really give us a leg up. And these were some of the messages that we got today. We were very, very fortunate to hear from some very, very smart folks who gave us some really inspiring words. There was a group of kids who came and sang, lift every voice and sing, and they gave an impassioned speech about being phenomenal students, and it was just so inspiring. So if you are not an EWMC member, I encourage you to come out to our meetings. I encourage you to join our organization. If you are in a local union that does not have an EWMC chapter, I encourage you to form a chapter at your local. Every IBEW local should have an EWMC chapter there. I am telling you, the reward that you will reap just from being a part of the organization and volunteering. The stuff that we do feeds the spirit. It's the stuff that makes you appreciate being a human being and understanding community. And that's something that I think we've lost and we need to get back. And the EWMC is a great place to do that. So, day one in the conference, I cannot tell you enough how inspiring it is. Now, tomorrow we'll get to go to caucuses and get to do the workshops and learn some skills. And I'm looking hella forward to that and looking forward to giving you a recap for day two. But day one, man, what a great time. Great, great time. I'm so appreciative to be able to be here. Um, don't forget my name's Eric, and let's not forget the fight is not left and right. It never has been. That's a lie that we were told. The fight is up and down, and it's going to take solidarity to win always. Each one teach one, get out there and reach one. And remember, there can be no union without you and I front and center. Let's go.